knows how difficult the baby bar is. If you're a baby bar student, you've certainly heard about your school's own pass rate, which is probably awful. The baby bar pass rate is typically anywhere from 10 to 30%, which means really up to 9 people out of 10 can fail the baby bar exam. Now we have to ask ourselves, why is the pass rate so low? Well, the people taking the baby bar exam, frankly, many of them should not have been let into law school, and a lot of them have flunked out of an ABA school, which means they're not that great of a student, not that great of a law student, and they have to take the baby bar to get readmitted. So I don't think the pass rate should really be all that concerning, because to me, most of the people sitting for the baby bar are not properly prepared, and as I said, many of them should not have even been let into law school. So, can the baby bar be passed? Of course the baby bar can be passed, but you have to realize, because the pass rate is so low, and so many people taking it are probably considered to the committee of baby bar examiners to be suspect students to begin with. So everything you write is going to be looked at most likely with a jaundiced eye. So you need to go into the baby bar exam writing in an analytical fashion with the ability to not miss basically a single issue on an essay. And of course, you have to be skilled at answering MBE questions, both quickly and correctly. So, can the baby bar be passed? Of course it can be passed. People pass the baby bar every single time it's admitted. There has never been a 0 pass rate on the baby bar, but you have to take it seriously. You have to realize that your effort has to be stellar. It can't just be a basic go through the motion effort. You really have to understand what analytical writing is, and frankly, most law students do not understand what analytical writing is, nor do most students sitting for the general bar exam, or even students in their 3rd year of law school. There is a way to write analytically, and you must have to understand this. How you write underneath your rule statements determines whether or not you pass the baby bar or the general bar. So, newsflash to most of you, your wonderful, beautiful Hornbook rule statements really earn you 0 points. Now you can write with rules or without rules, doesn't matter to me. There's even an instructor out there who says, rule statements, you can write with them or you can just weave them. What he means by that is weaving the rules within your analysis. Well, it's not an or. You must weave law within your analysis, or otherwise you're not writing analytically. So what I tell people, write your essay, write with your rule statements rather, because most people have been brainwashed into thinking a separate statement of law is absolutely a necessary part of a passing essay response, and it simply is not. But here's the point I'm trying to make. Go ahead and write in your IRAC fashion. Then when you're done with that essay, take a black marker to all of your rule statements. If the writing that remains behind does not convey legal knowledge, you are not writing in an analytical fashion. Most of you probably, underneath your rule statements, are merely summarizing or regurgitating the fact pattern, thinking that's analysis. Okay? The bar graders are not looking for how much law you have memorized. They are looking for analysis. So that's the key to take to mind when you're studying for either the baby bar or the general bar. What most of you might not understand is this: how much law you know, your ability to memorize, is not what's being tested. Your ability to analyze is what's being tested. So that's what we really work on at Bar Perfect Online. We teach you how to write underneath